This has been calling the Ethics and Accountability Board meeting to action. All right, Mrs. Miller, if we could, let's have a roll call.
Licia Williams.
Present.
Josephine.
Present.
Latrice Davis. Patricia Lester.
Here.
Chris Bolden.
Present.
William Harris.
President.
Michelle Bolden.
Present.
Brandon Jameson.
All right, seeing that we have 6 out of our 8 that are here, we have quorum. Woo! Lord have mercy. All right, number 3 on our agenda item, I open it up. Does anybody want to offer us a word of prayer? Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to come together to finally be able to do the business for the city of Flint. I ask that you lead us and guide us and give us understanding and grace and mercy in these times as our city needs it and our country needs it. Ever so more importantly, guide us with your wisdom and your love. In the almighty name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. We are now going to open it up. Number 4, public speaking. Is there anybody from the public that would like to have words?
Yes, I will.
Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Wences Hall, and I'm a resident of the 6th Ward. I do understand that you can't answer me while I'm speaking, but hopefully during public comments, you're able to respond to my questions. I just have 3 quick questions that I would like to ask. I do want to commend you for calling the meeting to order when Attorney Bolden walked through the door. Good evening, Attorney Bolden.
Good evening.
But I would like to know, why did you wait until she got here? My second question is it legal for the finance chair to go and ask for a raise for herself? I mean, that's never happened before. That doesn't sound ethical. Just a question. And then my last one I have, the number 3, is since you guys are like the oversight, the Ethics and Accountability Board are holding the council accountable, have all the pipes been done yet? We keep hearing that they have, and then we hear that they haven't, and then we hear that they have, and then we read that they haven't, and then we read that they have. So I'm just wondering if you guys are ever going to hold anybody accountable, or is anybody going to hold anybody accountable? Thank you.
Are there any other speakers? Are there any other speakers? Are there any other speakers? Seeing as we have none, we'll move on to agenda item number 5. I'll open up the floor for our board members to respond. I'll respond last.
Well, I can respond to number 1 as to why they waited for me, because I am in trial and we've had several attempts to have a quorum where I've come to meetings and we did not have a quorum and I've left. And so I contacted the chair and I said, please let me know if there's a possibility of quorum, and at that time I will come here. I'm in the middle of a homicide trial. I still have witnesses to interview, but I still think it's important to be here. So I was delayed, and that's why. So I hope that answers your question.
May I?
You cannot.
Please?
It's not a back and forth. I just wanted to address your question.
Okay.
Is there
It wasn't about her.
anybody else?
Well, I can add on to what Michelle was saying is, if she didn't show up, we wouldn't be having a meeting. She was the quorum.
So we gotta wait till everybody get here.
Is there anybody else? All right. I'll reserve, since I'm last. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming. It's been a long time. Ms. Hall, thank you so much for your question. So it is true, we were waiting for Tricia because we needed 6. It takes 6 to make quorum for us to have a meeting. And with us only having 5, had I called the meeting, we would have had to close the meeting out because we didn't meet quorum. So we had to wait for quorum to get here, and when I knew we had quorum, I could call the meeting so that we could go forward.
Thank you.
As far as question number 2, I can't answer that one. I have no idea about the financial chair asking for a raise. I don't know anything about that. I have no idea because that works under the executive branch of our city government, and so I don't know if she was asking it for council or if she was asking it, for various reasons. I don't know because I don't know much information on that one. As far as question number 3 about all the pipes being replaced in the city of Flint, I think the state of Michigan has taken that one over, and so they're supposed to be abiding by the timeline in regards to making sure that everybody's pipes have been replaced. Since the city couldn't do it, the state took it over. So the question I would ask is I would put it back on the state and ask state officials what's taking so long for the state to finish all the pipe replacement. That would be my go-to.
Which information should be foiable?
Yes, it should be foiable. You should be able to FOIA that information from the state of Michigan, and they should be able to give you all of the updates as to how many houses have been done, how many houses need to be done, and things of that nature. So that's information that you can get through, through FOIA. Thank you, Tricia. All right. I'll go on to number 6, opening remarks. So it's been a year. It's been a long time since this board has been able to come together to do any kind of business, which was really kind of sad last year because we were really hoping to have an ombudsman in place by this time. And so many people that were working hard and diligently to try to make sure that we had an ombudsman. Patrick Julian, who served on this board for a long time, he eventually, due to personal issues, which I understand, he couldn't do it anymore, but it's our obligation to make sure those who did want to have an ombudsman, to make sure that we do get one in place, not for the board's sake, but for the city's sake as a whole. The city needs to have accountability, and that's not only just through our board, but that's also through having an ombudsperson, and then making sure that the office is fully staffed so that residents can come in and give their complaints, investigations can go forward. And so, for that, and then for that, when we finally have 8 members on this board, and we have a couple of new board members that are here now. Patricia, thank you so much for accepting Councilwoman Priestley's offer to sit on this board. Mr. Boland, thank you for accepting Councilwoman Mashat's offer for sitting on this board as well. And there are 2 other people who are not here. That's Latrice Davis, who represents 3rd Ward, and Brandon Jameson, who is also the mayor's 2nd appointee. We thank them all for just accepting and saying yes so that the city can finally go forward and we can do what needs to be done. And that's to get an ombudsman, make sure that the office is working right, and make sure that we can hold and do what we need to do as far as holding everybody in the city accountable. And so that is my opening remarks for today's meeting. We'll go on to item number 7. Are there any to review, change, or even approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that.
All righty, it has been duly offered to approve the agenda, and it's been properly seconded. Is there any discussion?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The adopt rules and regulations that Patrick Julian presented, is that the bylaws or is that a separate and distinct document?
That was for the rules that Julian had written up between the ombudsman's office and the board's interaction.
Okay, so that is not our bylaws.
No, that's not our bylaws.
Okay, then I would ask that we add, talking about amending our bylaws to the agenda today.
That's,
Is it on here?
Yep, that's number 3. Adopt the rules and regulations for operational procedures for the EAB board.
Okay.
That should be bylaws, but that's what number 3
Got
is,
you.
is for the
Okay,
bylaws.
disregard then.
Okay. Are there any more discussion items? Anything else up for discussion? All right, seeing as there's no more discussion, we'll close the discussion portion. We'll all receive and approve the agenda by all saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it, the agenda has been approved. Seeing as we don't have any minutes, since it has been so long since we have had quorum, I think the last time we had a meeting was in March.
We should have had minutes from that meeting though. You don't have any?
No, Ms. Booth.
Oh, that's right, Linda was,
I don't think she forwarded them to me.
Linda was our secretary, and Linda is no longer on the board. And so we need to get those minutes from her so that we can properly adopt them, so.
So I'll make a motion that we table the minutes from the last meeting until we can get more information on it.
Mhm.
That's, excuse me, I'm sorry. That's June, 25th, 2025?
Was that the last time we
Yeah, I
met?
think so. I do have some minutes from her. I'm sorry for picking you up.
Okay, no, okay. Can we have those minutes read into the record?
Yeah, can we, could you read those minutes into record?
And I withdraw my motion to table it.
That's fine.
Okay, just.
Approved.
And can you circulate them later on?
I did.
Okay.
Okay. Attendees, William Harris, President, Trishelle Young, Vice President, Joseph King, Linda Booz, Secretary Patrick Juliet, Lucia Williams. There was 6 members. Absent was Billy Dansler, Brian Larkin. The meeting was called to order at 5:45. Prayer was by Lucia Williams. Public speaking, Michael Clack, who filed a complaint regarding an incident that happened at the June 6, 2025 council meeting. Mr. Clark stated that Councilwoman Lewis called out a man with a blue shirt for disrupting the meeting. Michael had on a blue shirt, and so did the man behind him. She called out Mr. Clark and gave him a warning. It was the man behind him that was disruptive. Mr. Clark felt that Councilwoman Lewis called him out and violated his civil rights to speak. Trishelle Young replied, Did you say it was not you? Michael Clark, yes. It was a personal attached against me. Was your issue resolved? Michael Clark, no. I would like to have the warning struck off the records. Councilwoman Tony Burris, she stated that she received the line budget yesterday at 3:00 p.m., not enough time to review and vote on budget before the deadline. Had requested several times before June 1st, 2025 deadline. Senior centers are not on the budget, have not been in the budget since 2004. There are not any answers why. Mayor asking departments to put out letters of explanation that are not accurate. Request has been made regarding information about the budget that was not submitted. There are questions regarding the opioid money and how it's being spent. Lisa Williams asked Councilperson Burns if a written complaint had been filed. Trishelle Young asked Council Burns, you stated that the mayor has not submitted a budget. The mayor stated that he did. Councilwoman Burns responded, the current proposed budget is not what the mayor submitted. Trishelle, is there enough in the fund balance? Councilwoman Burns, we do not know what the fund balance is. 7 council persons voted to meet with the mayor to go over the budget, received line items today, June 10th, 2025. We will go over the budget June 11th, 2025 tomorrow. Patrick Julian, you said that you made amendments to the budget. Did you look at the line items? Councilperson Burns, we have not had time to review the budget. Council will meet tomorrow and we will be looking at everything. The budget has not been passed yet. We do not want a state to take over. We had 4 emergency managers in the past. We have not went over the budget with the mayor. No additional response to public speakers were made by the Ethics and Accountability Board. William Harris, we are appointed by a city council person or by the mayor to serve on the Ethics and Accountability Board. You have taken an oath of office to be accountable. We are a check system for the executive and legislative branch of the city. No ethics and accountability meeting has been held for 4 consecutive meetings due to no quorum. We must do better. Patrick Julian made a motion to approve the agenda. That the motion was seconded by Trishelle Young. No minutes to approve since the February meeting was canceled due to lack of quorum. Closed session. They went into a Zoom meeting with Attorney Kendall Williams. Okay, the open session, went into closed session at 5:22. They opened back up at 6:54. They approved the minutes for 2/11/2025. They table policies and procedures for the June 24th, 2025 board meeting. Motion by Trishelle and second by Lisa to table it. Recommendation to adopt policies and procedures for the ombudsperson's office. Recommendations to be submitted to Jackson Little or William Harris. William Harris had a meeting with the city attorney to obtain questions regarding suspending council pay. Trishelle Young said that there's no language that we do not have the ability to suspend pay. Old business, no update on hearing of city council or for charter violations. Councilwoman Priestley stated that she would not appoint a person to this, it's a violation of the city charter. There are other council persons who have not appointed a member to the board. Joseph King, do the E&B board have the authority to make a councilman appoint a member to the board? Shell Young, the tenure of your obligation when I say I am not going to appoint a person. Refer to the city attorney as to what we can do to make the city council appoint members to the Ethics and Accountability Board. Legal opinion, discussed in closed session. Only 7 applicants for the ombudsperson were approved out of 28 applicants. Need an expiration date to HR. The closing of remarks, there were none, and the meeting was adjourned at 7:25. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I have forgotten all about that.
Support.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded that we approve these minutes. I hear agreement by aye.
All those in favor?
All those in favor? Sorry.
Okay.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And we have none. We have adopted the June, what date was that?
June, as soon as I close out it with you, was it June 25th?
June 25th?
Yes, June 25th,
June
2025.
25th, 2025.
Yeah, I was getting ready to send it to everybody also.
Okay, thank you. I had forgotten all about that. And that long.
That's why we need these minutes.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let us move on to business. All right, first thing on the business that I want to discuss was proposed changing the second meeting date from the 4th Thursday to possibly the 4th Tuesday. I know we've had some issues trying to meet on that 4th Thursday, and so I just wanted to put it to everybody. Would it be agreeable that we move that second date to the 4th Tuesday? That way we know that we're going to always meet on Tuesdays within the month versus a Tuesday and a Thursday.
So I have Tuesday engagements that I had planned before I was on this board. I didn't know you guys met on Tuesdays. I can't move it. I'll be here for the one Tuesday for sure. I would prefer not to lose two Tuesdays to avoid it. But if that's what will work for everybody, maybe 4 weeks or so I can do for the 2 Tuesdays.
Well, now that we have 2 new people, I'd like to know what your availability would be too.
I'm wide open, I can do anything.
Okay.
Unknown caller.
What about you, Lisa? Tuesdays work for you or Thursdays work for you?
Thursdays is better for
Okay.
me, Thursday.
Mr. King?
It doesn't matter whatever they run this got.
Yeah.
Well, because I have another meeting I sit on Thursdays, which Thursday that is every month.
So Billy, right now, we said we meet the second Tuesday and the 4th Thursday.
Mm-hmm. As
And
of right now.
so your proposal is to make it the second Tuesday and the fourth Tuesday.
Right, I mean, I was just thinking about it because we've always been on the struggle bus trying to make that fourth Thursday. And sometimes that fourth Thursday does fall closer to like Memorial Day, Fourth of July weekend.
Thursdays and fourth Thursdays are
Okay. Like
What about the fourth Tuesday?
Thursdays and fourth, so
You said you
Tuesdays.
talking about Tuesdays or Thursdays?
So third Thursdays and fourth Thursdays, I have a board meeting for another community group. Tuesdays, all my Tuesdays will be booked up prior to the acceptance. I can make the one for sure. I would prefer not to miss two, but if I have to, I will.
Okay.
If you can give me some time, I may be able to move my Tuesday stuff in about 4 weeks and make my Tuesdays available. I just have to coordinate some things and see when I can follow that up. That's okay.
Now, I'll go with whatever the majority basically is.
Well, why don't we table it until the next meeting, which will give him an opportunity to check on some things, and then you just go with whatever works for the majority.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm like everybody else. I'm pretty much flexible on Thursdays or whether it be Tuesdays as well. I just know that, I just want to be considerate with all the board members, just to make sure that if this works, that, we can try to stick to it for going forward for the year, so we know that we'll have quorum on those days. Yes, Mr. King?
No questions. Who can't meet on fourth Thursday?
I can meet.
Oh, you said
Who
can.
can't,
You said, who
Can't.
cannot?
Cannot meet on fourth Thursday. You can.
I know Latrice Davis had explained to me, she said fourth Thursday is really hard for her
yes,
as
she
well.
said, yeah.
So I know those two board members would have, now that we know that Mr. Bowman, he wouldn't be able to do, as of right now. And then Latrice Davis said fourth Thursday is hard for her.
Is that the reason those two are not here tonight?
No, so Miss Latrice has the flu. So that's why Miss Latrice has the flu, that's why she's not here. And I told her, please stay home. And the other gentleman who's not here, he had when he accepted this position, he already had to go out of town for family business. So that's why Brandon is not here. So that's some reason why I put it open was because I just wanted to make sure that everybody who could meet would be comfortable in meeting. Since we have a lot of new board members, I just wanted to open it up for everybody.
So fourth Thursday, our next meeting will be the 26th. Would you be available for that? Cause it sounds like you said, yeah, so you're not gonna be there for that. So can you get information to us about the future meeting dates, even in your absence? We can
Yeah,
still.
so all my third and fourth Thursdays are. That's
4 Thursdays. That's every month.
yeah.
So the Tuesdays would work for you then? Or they wouldn't? So neither one works for you then?
So my Tuesday stuff, I'm pretty sure I can move that. I just
Okay.
have to talk to some people and straighten that out. Because again, I didn't have a schedule for how you guys need
Right.
work
Right.
when I got this board. This stuff, if there is a situation where I need to be here for quorum, I can probably miss a few of these.
Yeah, but you don't wanna miss two.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you can give me some time, I can work on trying to move my Tuesday stuff. So we
So
may
we-
be able to do.
So we know we got 2 board members that got issues for that that fourth Thursday.
Thursday, right.
So, and then it sounds like the majority of us can still do the fourth Tuesday.
The fourth Thursday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I make a motion that we table the changing the meeting dates, until the next board meeting. And then if you could just get us some information and say, hey, give me a month and I can make those Tuesdays, then we can go ahead and make that switch.
Okay.
That'll be the 26th. Okay.
Is there a second?
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been duly moved and properly seconded. Open for discussion. All right, Ms. Little, let's do a roll call for this one.
Alicia Williams. Present.
No, to move to, yes
Oh,
or no to
to
adopt?
table.
Yes.
Table.
Joseph King,
Yes.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Chris Bolden,
Yes.
William Harris,
Yes.
Trishelle Bolden.
Yes. So just for the record, it's a Bowden and a Bowling.
Bold,
No,
bold,
when I got to your name, I said, I just said that name. So, Bolden, you know I know Bolden.
All right.
But when I said your name, I'm like, wait a minute, I just called it Bolden and
bold,
Bolden.
Yes.
got you.
Got it.
You know this little southern gonna come out of here. So.
That's all right. Alrighty, moving on to number 2, adopting rules and regulations for the ombudsman's
Did you call the
office.
motion carried?
Oh, motion carried, thank you. I'm sorry, you all. It's been a long, it's been a long time since we've done a meeting, so please forgive me. All right, seeing as the motion is carried, let's move on to line item number 2, adopting rules and regulations for the ombudsman's office, that our own Patrick Julian had drew up. We have been going back and forth for the longest in trying to adopt these rules. And these rules were just basically the operational rules on what we would expect from the ombudsman and the office to operate with the board. So basically, we're putting criteria in place that wasn't in place. Like for instance, we expect quarterly reports. This is what we expect from those quarterly reports. We respect 2 major reports out of the year. This is what we expect from this, and that this is the communication that we expect from your office and our board. So it was basically, and then it was also putting some operational rules in place for the ombudsman's office as well that the boards thought was necessary. And so I think Patrick had written this up in a long time ago. And then we still have those. What I make sure is the board basically at the time when we had quorum, we basically agreed on it. We just didn't get a chance to vote on that. But what I can do is I can make sure that everybody has a copy of what Patrick wrote up himself, and make sure that we all have a copy of those rules and those regulations. And the reason why we wanted to do it is because we wanted to make sure that when we get the new ombudsman in place, the ombudsman knew what to expect from the board and what we would expect from the ombudsman and the office as well, because that wasn't in place.
So you're gonna disseminate that again to
Yeah.
the current board, and then we can table that for discussion at our next meeting as well?
We can if everybody wants to really look, if
It's been over a year since I've seen it. I would definitely
Yeah,
like
it
to
has been.
revisit it.
I think you got new members that never had a chance to see
That's
it.
true.
So it's proper that, I would say, I would make a motion to postpone it to the next meeting to get a new member chance.
And I support that.
Okay.
all right, it's been properly moved and supported. Any discussion? All righty, Ms. Little, let's do a roll call for number 2 as well.
Alicia Williams,
Yes.
Joseph King,
Yes.
Patricia Lister, am I saying it right?
Yep.
Okay, Lister.
Yep.
Chris Bolden,
Yes.
William Harris,
Yes.
Trishelle Bowling.
Yes.
Okay, 6-0.
All right, the motion has been carried and approved. All right, that's gonna be tabled also for our February 26th meeting. All right, line item number 3, adopting the rules and regulations for operational procedures for the EAB board, or those are also dealing with our bylaws as well.
So, Mr. Chair, I have the same position on this. It's been such a long time since we've looked at these bylaws. I would like them to be recirculated amongst the current board members, and then we can discuss it at the next meeting.
Support.
I agree, that's fair.
Do you have them?
Just a reminder that the bylaws for the Ethics and Accountability Board do need to go for public hearing
Okay.
after you approve the draft.
Okay. So just so everybody realizes, so when we meet next time, what we do agree on, that goes before public hearing, public comment, And then it would be up to city council to pass our bylaws and to approve them and things of that nature. Is that correct, Joe?
Nope, so you guys would approve your bylaws. 2 weeks notice, there would be a public hearing, probably in this room, would be the most convenient. And then depending on the public comment, then they're final.
Okay. All right, thanks, Joe. All right, so we'll be prepared to schedule that as well once we adopt. Yes, ma'am.
Did we finalize our proposed bylaws, or were we establishing a bylaw committee?
I think we had a committee, and we had made some changes and things of that nature. And the next meeting we were supposed to meet, we were supposed to approve those changes,
You didn't get a quorum?
but we didn't get quorum to approve those changes that we were going to make.
Just like the operating procedures, there was a draft of those as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So I would ask all board members, once you get the draft, if you have any concerns or recommendations, to please bring them to our next board meeting. That way, if we need to make some changes or some amendments, we can get that done.
I agree. It's, again, is key. It's for our bylaws. And so then what this does is, with our bylaws, it makes sure that certain committees are put in place, like we have certain standing committees and then subcommittees. That gives deference, we give job descriptions on what those committees do and how they operate. So this is really operating procedure for the board that should have been put in place a long time ago, but again, things happen, so, it falls on us to make sure that we do that. Okay, I'll make sure that we disseminate that amongst all board members. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing there's no discussion, Ms. Little, let us do a roll call for that one as well.
Alicia Williams,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Lister,
Yes.
Mr. Bolden,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Ms. Bolden, yes, 6-0.
All right, seeing as it has been approved unanimous, we'll also table number 3, adopting our bylaws to the February 26th meeting, 2026. Okay. Line item 4, opening up, discussing the changes to the job qualifications for the ombudsman's position. So, just to give everybody a little back history, I reached out to HR and I asked HR if we could come up with a modernized version for the job description, qualification. And the reason being is because the last time we had interviews, we had 30 applicants, only 4 or 5 people out of those applicants were approved. And we had some people that had previous ombudsman's experience, but some was in the medical field, it wasn't in government. And so that eliminated them, it eliminated a huge pool of people. And so me and Trishelle, we were talking, and we were really tired. We were tired of being, if we had 30 people to interview, we were getting tired of just having 4 people to pick from. If we have 30, I want to be able to go through at least have 20 people that are qualified so that we can actually get the best ombudsperson that we need. So I went before HR, said, hey, can you guys modernize this, make this better so that we can have a larger pool of people? Because I think last time HR had to spend, I think he said about $7,000 or $10,000 to open it up to across the country because the pool was just so limited. We just within the radius, so he opened it up across the country. We had a couple of people from Maine. I think somebody from Washington State applied, and so yeah, we just want to make sure that when we do this, one, I don't have a problem. I'm saying this, I don't have a problem getting somebody from out of state if they qualify. I would rather our ombudsman be from our own that understands our citizens and understands our problems. I'm not saying that somebody else from the outside can't, but our people trust our people and they already know what's going on in our city. And so that's less of an individual having to learn politics, having to learn the ins and outs and things of that nature to get up to speed. And plus, again, they're one of our own. And so if they're one of our own, they would love the city a little bit more. That's my thinking on it. So, this is the proposed description that HR has put together in front of us.
Let me, ask you a question, I guess to jump first. We did that one before, when I was chair, I think we did it twice. I was chair, Pastor Gilbert was chair. We was told, I believe, that we were not allowed to do that unless it went through the council, if I remember right.
So the way it
It
works.
was illegal for us to do it that way. That's why we had the problem we had during this time there. So has that changed?
So the way it works under the current charter is the ombudsperson is what's defined as a principal officer for the city of Flint. The job descriptions for the principal officers have to be adopted by city council in the same manner that an ordinance is adopted. So what you would be doing is essentially recommending an ordinance modification to city council. Then it would go to city council and it would be examined in the way that any other ordinance is. So first reading, public hearing, second reading, enactment. So you're recommending changes to city council.
Correct. Thank you, Justin.
So, can I ask Joe a follow-up question?
Go ahead.
So, the charter also talks about the qualifications for the ombudsperson, correct?
A little bit, yes.
So, if we're not taking away from what the charter requires, but we could be like maybe adding more to it, that still requires an ordinance modification?
Correct. And the last time it was done, it looks like May 13th of 2019 was the last ordinance modification. And to Mr. King's point, that was the confusion the last time this was looked at. It's my understanding the Ethics and Accountability Board, they made changes to the job description, but it never went to council through the ordinance process.
Right.
Yeah, we did it with HR.
Correct.
No one told us at the time it had to go, that process was there, so.
So what's different on here that requires that process?
So it would be, so what I asked HR to change were the entrance requirements. That right there was what was restricting
Minimum entrance?
minimum entrance requirements. That's what was restricting a lot of people from being approved by HR when they were coming through. So that's what's changed our,
So I mean, there's nothing highlighted, so there's nothing indicating what's changed and what's the same, so.
do we have a copy of the old?
No, I can get, I was looking for it now, but the minimum, it's still the 5 years, that's what it was before,
Right, it's
so that hasn't changed.
minimum of 5 years relevant professional experience in government, public administration,
That's always been the same.
or related fields. But what changed was conducting investigations, mediation, conflict resolution, policy compliance, regulatory oversight, program management, employee
Section C.
relations. Yeah, section.
Well, that's in
B,
B,
But
section
it's
C.
in B.
it's in B, and it's just an example, it's not anything that's changing anything.
That's true.
So I don't understand how that would, what else changed?
I'm sorry.
It looks like they expanded numbers. It looks like they expanded C.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing.
But see, the last time, because I don't even have forgive me, I don't have the whole job description underneath me, with me. It was so limited because it only listed maybe 3 or 4 things, where with this one, it's a lot more expansive, because I told HR, I said, we would rather look at somebody with experience versus just the degree. You know, and I said, from this standpoint, that's where jobs are moving to. It's not that they don't want somebody with a degree, they would. But if somebody's been working in the same field for 15 years, they'll take the expertise over somebody just with the degree that has no experience. And that's something that I wanted to at least bring to the table, because experience is needed. In other words, somebody could have 10 years of experience as an ombuds person in the medical field, but they've been an ombudsman for 10 years on the medical side. They didn't work on the governmental side. The old job description, the old minimum requirements would have eliminated that individual, because it just emphatically said governmental work and governmental work only. And so I think it kind of made it a little bit more broader. I don't have,
Can you have
Oh,
that, circulated, the previous one, so that
yeah,
we
that's
can
not a problem.
compare?
Wait, I did. I sent it out in an email. It was in a zip file.
Nobody can open it.
Oh, nobody could open it? Oh,
that
sorry,
recent?
everybody. That was recently. I apologize. That was my bad. I assumed everybody could open up a zip file. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. So what I'll do is I will disseminate those instead of it being under one file and going up in zip. I'll make sure it's separate individuals. I'll show the new one with the changes and what the old one looked like, so we'll be able to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. So that's my apology. I apologize for that mistake.
No worries.
But even if we're looking at it, is there anybody that would want to add anything or make any changes to it?
Well, why don't we open that window when we come back, after we've had an opportunity to look at them both and compare apples to apples?
That's right.
I agree.
Everybody else? All right.
So should we, you want a motion to table that as well?
Yeah, let's
So moved.
table this
Yep.
for February 26, 2026 as well. Ms. Little, let's do a roll call as well.
Alicia Williams,
Yes.
Joseph King, Patricia Lester,
Yep.
Chris Bolden,
Yes.
William Harris,
Yes.
Trishelle Bowman.
Yes.
All right, it's been properly adopted, 6-0. All righty, line item number 5, election of a board secretary. So, we need a secretary, everybody. Ms. Booz was our secretary, and when she got elected she was trying her best to stay on the board, but the business for the school board got so hectic and so heavy, she couldn't make the obligations anymore, so she resigned from her position, and then left open the secretary's position. So, is there anybody that would like to serve as secretary? I'm not forcing it on you, but I definitely think we need a secretary.
Do we need this to happen today? Because we're still missing 2 board members.
Well, we are, but I do know line item 6 and line item 7, we have to do that today, because it's been a year. So,
I would like to nominate myself to be the secretary
oh, you're so
for
nice.
the Ethic and Accountability Board.
I support that nomination.
It's been proved and properly second. Thank you.
Right.
So nice. Thank you. Thank you. I promise you, we won't.
This be a good, this be good,
Yeah,
good experience.
yeah, I promise you, we won't twist your arm. We didn't twist Linda's arm, so I promise you, we won't twist your arm. Alrighty, is there anybody else? I'm gonna open up for other nominations. Is there anybody else that wants to be nominated for secretary for this wonderful board? Is there anybody else opening up nominations? Anybody else? Anybody else? Seeing as there's nobody else, we'll close nominations. And Joe, does this have to be by ballot, or can we how does this have to go?
It could just be a roll call vote, since you only had one nomination, it's either yes or no.
Okay, let's do a roll call vote on approval for Ms. Alicia Williams to be the secretary of the
Alicia
Ethics
Williams?
and Accountability Board.
Oh, yes.
Joseph King,
Yes.
Patricia Lester,
Yes.
Chris Bolden,
Yes.
William Harris.
Yes,
Trishelle voted.
Yes.
All right, 6-0. Congratulations, thank you, Ms. Williams.
Well, thank you very much.
You are now the new secretary for the board. I promise you, this board won't put any more on you than you can bear. We are not Jesus. All right, line item number 6, we must elect the vice chairman. I'll be honest with you, I think Trishelle has been an excellent vice chair. She has, especially from the legal aspect, she has really helped us navigate the legal aspects, especially with this last lawsuit that was brought against the board by Doug Matthews, I think, yes. And so I'll just be honest with you, Trishelle really worked very well with our lawyers and making sure that that was come to fruition. And eventually we won the lawsuit and the lawsuit was dropped. So that was, thank you on that for your hard work and dedication.
Yes,
And,
you're welcome.
I would go ahead and nominate her, but I don't think I have a problem with the proper procedure as chair of getting nomination out. I was going to nominate Michelle as vice chair.
yeah.
I second that.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Trishelle Bowen as vice chairman. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Seeing as there are none, we'll close nominations.
I do accept that nomination.
Okay, thank you. And there's a little roll call.
Lisa Williams.
Yes.
Joseph King.
Yes.
Patricia Lester.
Yes.
Chris Bolden.
Yes.
William Harris.
Yes.
Trishelle voted.
Yes.
6-0, all right. Thank you, Ms. Boland. She has been retained as our vice chair. And thank you so much for your hard work and your dedication to this board. We appreciate it, thank you. All right, line item 7, I am election of a chairman, so I'm not nominating myself for this one.
I'll nominate you. Support.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Seeing as there are none, nominations are closed. Roll call vote, please, Mrs. Williams.
Alicia.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Patricia.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
William.
Yes.
Trishelle.
Yes, you got real lax, ain't you?
But you see, I won't never say Joseph. I say
Right.
everybody else birthday, but I never say Joseph.
All right, seeing as it is 6-0, I am retained as chairman of the Ethics and Accountability Board. Thank you all.
Congratulations.
I appreciate everybody for the vote of confidence. Hopefully, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, I'm looking forward to 2026. I'm looking forward to better things happening. I'm really looking forward to trying to do what we need to do and holding people accountable, from council to the executive board and abroad. You know, we weren't able to really do things that we needed to do when people brought us complaints. And so for 2026, I want to make sure that we hold people's feet to the fire when it's necessary, when we really, not when we have to, but when it's the right thing to do. Because it's our job to be ethical, and it's our job to make sure that everybody is held to a certain standard of what they were either appointed to or either elected by. And so I just want to thank everybody for that, and that's what my aim and goal is for 2026, as well as getting this office staffed so that we can open up with 2 or 3 more individuals. We don't have to worry about going before city council. Well, how come this position's not staffed? How come this position's not staffed? We don't have an umbrella. So with that, we don't have to worry about that too much anymore. So, all right. closing remarks.
I don't know if it was last meeting, but they were saying that, EAB, when he was in the finance meeting, remember he said you all need to put your report together to present to the city council.
Yes, that's right. So, thank you.
He mentioned it, when we met with him last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we met with finance about 2 weeks ago.
So I guess we're going to 2027.
Okay,
So-
so when is the deadline? When is that report due?
That's the thing. Go ahead, Joe.
I just sent the two of you that email back on January 22nd. Just says must prepare an annual report for submission to the mayor and city council.
No deadline date?
So once a year.
Is that coming from the charter?
Yeah, well, it was in the charter.
Okay, well, we can look it up.
Yes, it's in the charter there.
It has a date in the charter.
No, it just said you just have
Oh, the annual. What's the fiscal year for the city?
July 1 through
July
June
1.
30.
The mayor budget had to be in of March 1st.
Section 3504D, and it just says prepare an annual report for submission to the mayor and city council.
It says what, Joe?
It's section 3504D, and it just says prepare an annual report for submission to the mayor and city council.
There's no date on
Okay. But it has no date,
it. Oh, you said Tuesday.
so we'll set our own date for that. So,
This is to cover last year, so that'll be real easy.
Yeah.
that should only be a page to cover what we did last year. Yeah, if it's just to cover last year, then that won't be a problem. We'll pull together, the report and submit it to, the mayor's office and to city council. Yes, sir, Mr. King.
Yeah. The ombudsman budget, have you submitted that?
Yes, so me and Mrs. Little were there with finance. So they've increased the budget by an additional $40,000 to $50,000. We are moving, so what freed up some money is moving us from Oak Business Center. Mrs. Little informed me that they were actually condemned. I had no idea that the building
I
was,
thought I told you that.
What bill?
I found out the last time
Meeting on Sunday?
we were meeting.
That's why all the
Yeah.
flies and stuff is,
Yeah,
it
Mr.
had been
I thought I told you that.
You know what, we were talking about it because it was up for discussion, but they hadn't made the decision on what to do with the building yet. So,
I don't think Blight is even over there
Oh,
anymore.
they moved Blight,
It had been condemned at the time.
had it?
Yeah. I found out the next day. I told her that
Okay,
it's different, but yeah. It's
so, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
And because, speaking of the budget, because you didn't put it on the agenda, I have a copy of it for everybody.
Okay, thank you.
It's on 8.5 by 14, so I had to get it printed elsewhere. But I have a copy downstairs in the office. I was gonna recommend you to put it on the agenda the next time.
Next time, that's no problem. We'll put the budget on for the 2026, meeting. So they increased it by $45,000. We were able to save money because of that $15,000 since we're no longer at Oak Business and we'll be back here. That freed up some money for us to be able to move where we need to be able to put it to. But of course, the increase is to pay into the retirement and the pension for
Because the city's
for
behind
the
in
city.
that.
So whenever we see increases to the budget, it's not operational increases, it's increases because of the pension plan and
So we're
the
not running
retirement.
out and redecorating the office?
Yeah, no.
What about the, salary for the ombudsman? Because I know that has to be the same as the city clerk. So did that raise up as well?
Yes,
Okay.
so the funding also was increased to match what the city clerk was making as well. So that was another reason for the increase.
Do you recall the amount now?
I think,
I don't want you to speculate. If you don't know, it's okay.
I know it's over 90K.
92, that's,
Okay.
Okay.
That's right.
So that's what the ombudsman's budget will probably be like, but it'll be all included in the budget that finance did. Finance also suggested that once we go before city council, that we do have our annual report in place, since that was brought up in the last budget meeting, and the previous budget meeting, and the previous
And when are you
budget
going
meeting.
before council?
Whenever council receives the budget from the mayor, I think they receive it, March?
So then
First
they
of
will schedule you a time to come in front of them?
Mhm.
Okay.
They'll schedule it for us to come. Usually last year, I think it was April, or was it May?
It was,
It was May, yeah, it was May.
If you can, forward me the minutes that we do have, I can put a draft together and then bring it to the board for review for the
Okay.
next meeting.
well, I've already, because you told me to get a count of the complaints, how they're coming and all that, so I've already generated that. And I can pass that on to you.
Okay.
Even because now a lot of people are still putting in complaints online because you have access to that site online.
Mhm.
And of course, we still get calls. So I've generated that, did
Okay, and then I need the minutes
I'll
though.
get, okay, the minutes,
from
I'll
January
look up as
to-
much as I can
Yeah,
from,
what you have.
those. Okay.
Also, another good thing I just found out, so our ombudsman's office, we operate on a whole different server from what the city is on. So when the city was hacked in 2024, none of the personal information that people submitted about complaints or things of that nature were accessible. Ours was on I think ours is out of Dallas, Texas. So it was on a completely different mainframe. I do know that, and thank you for Ms. Little for keeping that up, because she's been working with finance and making sure, and with IT to make sure all of that is in compliance. And so that really saved our bacon when the city got hacked.
It's William's fault that I keep raising my hand, because I keep telling him we need to meet, and he hadn't come to the office.
All right.
You told me about, looking at the software for Detroit. Now, we just renewed the one we have, but as you can tell, it went from, $5,000 now almost to $8,000.
That's
So you said you was gonna get that to me, or,
Detroit, the gentleman from Detroit hasn't reached back out to me yet.
okay.
It was, last
You're
time I
talking
talked.
about ombudsman software?
Yeah, it's ombudsman software, because Detroit's on a certain, they operate on a certain software. And so this individual was trying to pitch it to us to get on to Detroit software. At the time, I said, well, we have Mrs. Little in the office, but it would be a board's decision for us to be able to move that criteria and things of that nature. So he was going to set up a meeting with the board, but that was like 6-7 months ago. And we just struggled to get quorum so that I could actually schedule him to come in for the
But
increase.
she said it was just renewed, so it sounds like we're already obligated.
We're obligated for a year,
So-
but
Okay.
from last year, excuse me, it's gone pop, from last year, it was, 6,000. It was 6,000 last year, and then we got the bill this year, 79, that's this fee.
What
And
is-
it's doing the same thing, but what IT would have to do is go into that system, get all our stuff, our information, and if we did choose to get something new, which they said they wouldn't have a problem doing, as long as they've been very, very helpful with the office, so.
Is $8,000, honestly, is $8,000 too much for an IT mainframe system like this with the cloud?
That's what we need to see,
Right.
do something else to compare it with.
So there's a National Ombudsman Association.
Yes.
Are you in contact with them to get information?
Yes, yes.
So they should be able to make some referrals or recommendations.
We're part of it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do me a favor, Mrs. Little, if you could get that information for us and make it available, we can put that on the agenda for, next meeting as well to discuss. Because even though we're locked in, it looks like since we already renewed and we're locked in for the year, it would be good if we started shopping a year
Right.
early
Exactly.
to see what else is out there, that fits our needs. Because one thing I don't wanna do is, I don't wanna be accused of wasting city funds when we
It
don't
does a
have.
good job, but I'm saying, you just had mentioned that
Right.
you were gonna send me that information.
No, I agree with you, and forgive me on that. I just, the gentleman hadn't contacted me. Oh, yeah, closing remarks. So I just want everybody to be aware of this. So while on the Ethics and Accountability Board, if you're running for an elected office, you cannot campaign. You really can't complain unless you've really been approved.
Are you saying complain or campaign?
Campaign, forgive me, campaign, thank you.
So unless you've been approved for what?
So once you've gone through all the clearing, you've gotten all your signatures and city clerk has approved you, you really can't, I'm just saying, you really don't want to campaign.
In here or period?
In here, actually, especially in our meetings,
Do we have someone that's running for office?
we do.
Care to share?
Brandon Jameson is running for, he pulled paperwork for 8th Ward.
Oh, for
But-
city council.
For city council. And so one thing I do just want to reiterate is that if we're gonna be on the board, I don't have a problem with you running. That's not a problem. It's just that if you're gonna be campaigning, you can't campaign in our meetings. And you can't wear your campaign literature or anything when you're in one of our meetings. One, because it's an ordinance, it's a law that's already there, and two, we don't want to, you don't want to use our meetings to try to grandstand and for you to try, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Brandon would, I'm just putting it out there, you don't want to try to be able to get public spotlight and you're running for a position. Now, I asked legal, I said, was this okay? Legal cleared it and they said, yes, it was all right for the individual to serve on the board and to also run. They said the conflict would have been if the individual was like already on city council and they were sitting on, and they were also on this board. So I discussed this with legal. Legal said it was fine.
So if they win the city council, they're still gonna be the ethics and account? Okay.
And so technically the moment the individual is sworn in,
Okay,
it's when the seat really becomes, is when the seat becomes vacant.
okay.
So, if Mr. Jameson makes it through the primary, and then if he wins in November, then he would have to come off, then it's automatic. He would automatically just come off the board.
Yeah, well, and I don't know, that's, because we have several board members who have ran,
Office.
and they resigned from the board.
They voluntarily resign.
If I told you.
Yeah.
Because the other thing you have, the challenge with not, you can't serve on any other board position, city board, and be on this board.
Exactly.
You can't, yeah, so that's completely eliminates you from
I gotta do that one.
Right.
if you're on this board, you can't, you're not on anything else.
Screw it. Go ahead.
No, this is not pertaining to that position, but I just want to, say, every new, appointee to the board should get a copy of the charter.
Yes.
That should be, yeah.
It's available on, what you said, print it out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
No, the
online.
clerk should pass that to you. The clerk can pass you.
Yeah.
You ever
City
yeah, it
clerk,
should be a printed copy for every.
city clerk didn't give you a copy of the
Yeah, that's what
charter?
she's
Got
supposed to get
sworn in
you.
and that was it.
I never got a copy of
Oh,
that.
yeah, right, you probably need to ask for it.
Okay, because at one time, we had a booklet that we had made up, and I'll try to see if I can find I'll try to find my booklet.
Well, it's not hard, the chart itself is online.
Yeah.
It's not hard to, it's not hard to get access to, but you're right, they used to get a little folder when the person got sworn in.
So,
But, because when they first did, they came with the charter with it.
Correct, yes, it was.
there's someone, that slipped, said the clerk, I was supposed to, but she swore you in, said she was.
And then also, just so everybody's aware, their ordinances are online. Also, you want to be aware of the ordinances, because as the Ethics and Accountability Board, we don't just hold people accountable, we also, just from the charter, we hold them accountable also per the ordinances that have been passed. So that's something else that I wanted everybody to be aware of. We hold appointees and elected officials accountable by the charter and by ordinances. So if there have been ordinance violations, let us know, outside of just charter violations as well. And so ordinances are broken up. There's, on the website, it says old ordinances, I think, which go all the way up to like 1999 or 2005. And then there's a section that says new ordinances. So make sure that you're looking at the old ones and you're also looking at the new ones as well. All right, calling for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved in a second, and we are adjourned.
This was, no, with the question was asked earlier, when she was asked, it wasn't about you being late, it was how council be starting.